This is Betty, the long-wheelbase Peugeot Boxer. Over the last year, my dad and I have been converting this van into a motorhome and a full-time house for me. Hi, I'm Becca, and this is my incredibly talented dad, Nick. Together, we have attempted to complete the biggest project of my life, with zero experience and nothing but 2 years of YouTube research and designs born out of my very weird brain. My new home is nearly finished. I have a seating area, a bathroom, a double bed, and a huge kitchen. And now we are on the final piece of building work, the overhead cupboards. We've done the ones above the bed, and in this episode, we make the ones for the kitchen. To do this, we first make the frame for the cupboard face. So this is the kitchen one. We're going to go for 3 instead of 2 cupboards, and it's 30, 35, 30. So the middle one is slightly bigger, and all of them fit my plates in. They're wide enough for my plates, which is the main thing really. So now we'll have to use the pocket screws again to fill in all of these and glue and screw it all together. We put this together using clamps, glue and pocket screws, and we used an L square on all the corners to make sure they were at 90 degrees and everything was square and level. Yee! Done. We have the support beams for the roof and the bottom. We have marked, we have pre-drilled every 22 centimetres for the screws, and then we're going to turn it over and countersink them now. We made 2 support beams, one at the top of the frame so we can attach it to the roof, and one at the bottom of the frame so we have something to screw the floor into. Same again, we use glue, screws and clamps to ensure accuracy. We then cut another wooden batten, which is going to go on the wall of the van for the floor to attach to. Dad's just going to get his laser, and then we're going to mark in the van on the wall here where it's level, so we make sure that we put the shelf up level. Now we could mark where to attach the frame and drill it in place. Then we cut out a piece of ply for the floor. We were using 6mm ply for this, which seems sturdy enough. The wall of the van isn't exactly level. Shock. So we had a few attempts at cutting the floor to the right size. As always, we're a bit on the wonk. There she is. She's perfectly square. I'm going to cut a little bits for the edges, just for extra support, and maybe one in the middle. Now it was time to make the end piece and create a shelf within the cupboard. Those end pieces are really fiddly and can take a while to get right. So while Dad was working on that, I'd cut and screwed in place some wooden pieces which will support the shelf. This is where we are starting today. I've just added those little back supports on, as you've seen, because we are going to create a shelf divide for 2 of the shelves. So this one and this one are going to have a divide halfway across, so I can have things at the bottom and the top. This one I'm leaving open, which allows for me to add sort of taller items in if I want to, or just give more space. So it gives me versatility, plus we can't really add one at the back because there's nothing to support it on there anyway. We've got the end piece cut out, so we need to just get that attached on, and then we can start creating the shelf. Dad cut the edges on both the inside and outside of the end piece he'd just made, making sure to add that masking tape on the roof beforehand. Beautiful. I added some carpet to make sure I don't lose anything down those holes. Carpeted the hole, and we've got these little bits cut and ready to go on the other side, so then we can attach the shelf across. After adding the final support beams, we cut and place the shelf before screwing into those beams. We added a couple more underneath to add support and make it more secure. Once again, I have created a cardboard cutout template, and I'm going to copy this now, and this is for the end of the cupboard, the one that divides the shelves and the non-shelf. It went in top ways, I think because of that bulge. There you go. There we go. We have created a shelf within a shelf. So we're going to glue that and screw that on, and then we can create the external carcass to the back of it. Added an extra triangle piece in just before we put this top bit on because there was a tiny gap here. Got a piece marked out for the edge. We've added the carpet on underneath as well. Dad's just about to clean up the glue because it got a little bit everywhere. Quick tip, if you need to clean up glue, use brake fluid. Brake cleaner, beg your pardon, brake cleaner. And it gets it off the carpet, it gets it off everything. This is where we're at. 2 shelves, 4 shelves, and we've got the side piece and the back piece there, but we needed to get that carpet in first because otherwise you'd have seen the metal from out the back. So we can start attaching these features on now. Back piece is on, Dad has caulked, and also in this bit because that gap would have just been a dust trap, so he's caulked there. And as we were planning to put the side piece on, we've noticed, I don't know how we've done this, but this bit sticks out a little bit and it makes it really annoying for the piece on the side. There's a bit of a gap, so Dad's going to now try plane it. We're just covering everything and Dad's going to try plane that bit off because it just, I don't even know how we've done it, but just sticks out too much, so it's a bit of a problem for us. Even though Dad took off that extra few mil to make it level, we still had a little gap at the edge, so we put our heads together to come up with a solution. Said solution was adding in a bit of wood on the inside that we'd shaped and gluing it in place to cover up the hole. Because things haven't gone as smoothly and we've got this little gap here, you've seen what we've done adding that batten in, but what we're going to actually use to cover it, which is what I'm using in loads of the build, so it'll match, it won't look out of place, is a little bit of moulding. And we're going to pop that on the end there, and it almost looks like it's boxing it in and edging it off nicely, doesn't it? So that's how we're going to work around that problem. We're adding silicone and glue, double whammy. And then this will be the final piece, other than the doors, and that will be both the cupboards made, the carcasses anyway. Bit of a clamp and a tap in place. We'll let that go off, and that's another day's work done, Pops. Thank you very much. We have the bedroom cupboards, doors required, and the kitchen cupboards, 2 with shelves, 1 without, all boxed in, carpeted behind. And just the doors to make now. I'm staying in the van again, and this is the current state of the cupboards. We have half created a door, and this is what the doors are going to look like. A frame with some rattan and some nice flower of life handles for these 3. For the ones above my bed, they are going to be elephants, not flower of life, but you get the idea. And this obviously isn't, it's not right yet, but this is as far as we've got. So join us next time where we create the door fronts. With that view This is the first video I've edited from my van. Thank you so much for watching. Peace out.